Have you ever had that strange feeling, that intuition that someone might secretly despise you? In today's video, we'll explore the 7 sneaky signs that someone might be hiding their dislike for you. Stay with us until the end, because we will reveal to you a very powerful exercise to recognize the people who secretly despise you. Subscribe to the channel The Smiling Buddha to receive other precious teachings on Buddhist philosophy and personal growth. Have you ever felt like someone around you wasn't being completely sincere? Like there was something darker behind the smiles and kindness? In many situations, people can mask their true contempt, creating a dynamic that can be difficult to recognize, but devastating to your energy and inner peace. Here's the thing. Recognizing these signs is key to protecting yourself and cultivating authentic relationships. In this video, we explore how to recognize those subtle clues that reveal what many try to hide. Pay attention, because discovering these truths could change your life. Now, why is it important to learn to recognize these signals? Buddhist wisdom teaches us that authentic relationships are based on transparency and honesty. When we invest time in people who don't truly appreciate us, we are allowing negative energies to invade our lives. We need to learn to distinguish genuine relationships from toxic ones, and the first step is to develop a deep awareness. Are you ready to discover how to defend yourself from those who hide negative feelings behind apparent courtesy? The first sign? Lack of help in times of need. Think about it. Have you ever asked someone for a favor, and that person always has an excuse ready for not helping you? Yet when you succeed, she seems to be the first to celebrate. This behavior is not accidental. An example could be that of a colleague who constantly refuses to lend you a hand, despite you having always supported him. In Buddhism, there is an important principle: reciprocity. When someone is not willing to give what they receive, they are unconsciously showing their true nature. Think about it. How many times have you been in this situation? Write it in the comments. Another subtle sign is excessive criticism disguised as constructive advice. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to never miss an opportunity to criticize what you do, even when it's unnecessary? Maybe you tell them you got a promotion, and instead of congratulating them, they say, "Are you sure you can handle the pressure?" The real intent behind these words is to belittle you, keeping you insecure. These people don't want to see you grow, and they use criticism as a weapon to make you doubt yourself. Buddhist wisdom invites us to be aware of our thoughts and words because they can profoundly affect our inner balance. If you find yourself surrounded by people who constantly criticize you, it might be time to reevaluate your social circle. Before we move on to the next signals, we want to know your experience. Have you ever been belittled when you should have been congratulated for a positive result? Write it in the comments below the video. Let's move on to the third sign: a lack of genuine interest in you. Have you ever talked to someone who never seems to really listen to what you're saying? You may be sharing a meaningful experience, but you notice that the other person is distracted or quickly changes the subject. This type of disinterest is a clear sign that the person doesn't really care about you. In the Zen art of relationships, active listening is a sign of presence and authentic attention. If someone can't give you this presence, perhaps they don't deserve your energy. Another sign that few people notice is the one-sided contact. Do you always initiate conversations or propose to meet? If you are the only one trying to keep the relationship alive, there may be a problem. The lack of initiative on the other person's part indicates that they are not truly interested in investing time and energy in you. In Buddhism, we learn that harmony comes from balance. If a relationship is out of balance, it is difficult for it to grow in a healthy way. The fifth sign you shouldn't ignore is avoiding personal topics. When a person avoids you or changes the subject every time you talk about yourself, they are trying to maintain an emotional distance. This behavior is a clear sign of hidden antipathy. Authentic relationships are built on deep and sincere connections. If someone never wants to go beyond superficial with you, they are probably not interested in establishing a real connection. Zen philosophy teaches us that relationships are like mirrors. What we reflect is perceived by the other. If a person is not willing to look beyond the surface, they will never understand our true essence. An insidious sign that can go unnoticed is excessive politeness. Have you ever met someone who seems too kind, almost fake? This excessive politeness may be a way of masking contempt. People who hide their true feelings behind a wall of politeness may appear friendly, but in reality they are keeping their distance. Buddhism talks about the importance of sincerity in relationships. We should not try to hide our emotions for fear of confrontation, but we should be authentic and transparent. Another sign is selective attention. Have you ever noticed how someone seems to forget important details about your life, but you remember other people's details perfectly? This behavior is not accidental. People who secretly despise you often choose to ignore what is meaningful to you because they don't want to give you the importance you deserve. In Buddhist wisdom, attention is a sign of respect and love. If someone can't remember even the most important things you share, they probably don't really care about you. Recognizing these signs may seem shocking, but it is the first step towards emotional freedom. Freeing ourselves from toxic relationships is essential to our spiritual well-being. Life is too precious to be wasted on people who do not appreciate us. I want to reveal to you now a secret that very few people know. Buddhist wisdom teaches us that often these people who seem to despise us are struggling with their own inner demons. It's not always personal against you. They project their insecurity and frustration onto you. Your light highlights their shadows, and that can scare them. The real power is within you. You don't have to change to be accepted. You just have to recognize your value and surround yourself with people who see and respect it. Here is the secret, powerful, and little-known exercise that will allow you to discover who really despises you. But first, give this video a nice like, subscribe to our channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss our next contents dedicated to Buddhist philosophy and personal growth. It's called the silent mirror test. Here's how it works. Next time you're around someone you suspect, sit quietly and without saying a word, carefully observe their movements and expressions. Maintain a neutral gaze and never break the silence for at least 3 minutes. Those who have negative feelings towards you will begin to show signs of discomfort, will avoid your gaze, or will try to change the subject abruptly. This exercise reveals the true emotional state of the people around you.